What up, Bulls Nation? We've got live CHGO Bulls postgame coming up right now. Bulls fall to the Bucks 131-115 in their final game before Thursday's in-season trade deadline. Bulls were missing lots of pieces tonight between injuries and guys that are on their way out the door. We'll break it down next. What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome in to CHGO Bulls postgame, coming to you live from our CHGO Xfinity Loft here in downtown Chicago. CHGO Bulls postgame presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app. Use code CHGO365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. What's going on, Bulls Nation? Thanks for being here. Hit the like button if you're hanging out with us on YouTube. I'm Peck, Bulls_Peck. That's Big Dave. Bow. BAWL Sports. Will the Go Gottlieb. Will_Gottlieb. And Joey C, our king of the controls for the evening and forever. What up, Joe?
You like what you saw, Giannis?
Whoa.
Are you thirsty?
Why are you interested? Why you look?
Giannis?
He
You like them apples?
directly in my
Joey's,
eyes.
Joey, he was looking at you.
Yeah,
I heard him speaking in bedroom eyes, but he was talking to Giannis.
Yeah.
But I didn't know he was making eye contact with you.
He did not leave the gaze either. He held that gaze through. I'm like, hey, bro, what's
Do you like
happening
that
right
Patrick
Yeah.
Williams, Giannis?
now? What's happening right now? What's
Pretty
going
good.
on?
Pretty good, huh, Giannis?
Hey,
Something
Julia.
you- join the
What's
team?
up, Julia? Julia's saying, hey, guys. Well, could have used that Vooch double-double tonight.
Get him in.
Paul saying P-Will doing P-Will things. He sure was.
Sure was, P.
Meanwhile, Key MJW2 saying, so who's next? I assume you're referring not to the Bulls calendar, but who's next on the trade block?
That's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah. Kappa Man Jason saying didn't expect to win this game even before the trades.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we were talking pregame about how this Bucks team has been reeling without Giannis. They were 3-14 without Giannis coming into tonight. They just got their 4th win of the season in 18 tries when Giannis sits.
Yeah.
But the Bulls shorthanded. You had Julian Phillips as a late scratch with a wrist sprain. Vooch and Herter, obviously, the trade's not finalized yet, but can't play because they are currently in the midst of being traded. Trey Jones dressed, but was not planned on being played by Billy because he's still dealing with an injury.
Yep.
Collins is still out.
Yep.
Jalen Smith was given a green light despite his nagging calf injury and kept on a minutes restriction. And, hey, Billy Donovan actually held to it. Just 20 minutes for Jalen Smith tonight.
Growth.
And some Bulls fans might be wondering why the heck Coby White played the 30 minutes that he played in this ugly game.
That means me.
Were you wondering that, Dave?
I'm wondering why. I didn't understand it. I didn't get it.
Do we need to get the bat?
What was the point? No bat. They made solid
No,
trades
we
today.
save that
It'll
for
be okay.
Thursday.
That's right. Tune in Thursday. The bat will be in full, and may I add, effect. It's going down. In this game, the Bucks shot 52% from the field,
Heyo.
53% from the free throw line. But are you ready for this?
Wait for it.
They shot 61% from the 3-point line.
23 of 38.
61%. Oh, my goodness. That is ridiculous. They were on fire. The Bulls made their run in that third quarter.
They did.
Shout out to them for being valiant in that effort. And then they just said, oh, yeah, we're shooting ridiculous from three. We're going to continue to do that tonight. But to one young Alex Coby White, I just don't know, man. I don't understand why he played so many minutes. I just don't.
It could have been his Bulls swan song. It's very possible.
It's possible, but, I mean, going out with a 7 of 17 and 2 of 8 from the three-point line.
Less than ideal.
You know, less than ideal. But shout out to the 10 rebounds that he had. Again, if Coby does get traded, I'm going to be sitting here singing his praises for his time here with the Chicago Bulls for sure. But until that point, I don't think he should have been in there for that long. I wanted to see more guys like, Matas, who played a hefty amount of minutes, which was great. Okoro took all the minutes, which was awesome. We saw Yuki almost get 30 minutes, and he looked every bit of it because that young man was aghast out there when it came down to the end. We saw Craigie Jr., Oldbrick out there getting some time as well. Dalen, Patrick Williams almost putting up 30 minutes. So everybody got their chance out there tonight, but I don't think Coby should have been out there for 30 minutes, just knowing the game. And, we knew the game was over early. And knowing that it was like that, after that comeback, and then the Bucks said, okay, great, and they pushed it back out, I'm like, cool, we don't need to see him the rest of the game. And Billy said, yes, we do. He's going back out there, man. I got to have him. And, yeah, I don't get it. He played a lot of minutes tonight, and I don't like it.
I completely agree. I talked about it pregame. I just don't see what the reward of having him out there for this was when the risk was so high. And I don't know if anything serious happened to Io, but I saw a tweet from Casey Johnson that he was on the bench with his knee wrapped and had banged knees with someone. Like these are just things that you don't need to put yourself in front of the moving vehicle when it comes to these kind of decisions. Like, why risk it?
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to trade Coby. I don't know if they're going to trade Ido. I don't know if they're going to trade Jalen Smith or Trey Jones or any of these guys. But why put yourself in a position where maybe you can't now because they get injured in the last game, in a meaningless last game before the deadline? It just doesn't make sense. But they come out of it clean. Hopefully there's nothing to be said from the injuries and we move on. It felt like bad process. And we spent an hour and a half this morning or this afternoon talking about how I felt like their process was really good on this trade. So it felt a little backwards to me, felt a little unnecessary. But yeah, I mean, if this is the last time we see Coby, it was nice to see him get hot and hit a couple of threes there. He rebounded the ball really well, but I don't need like one final goodbye for Coby. I feel like he's been with the team for 7 years. He's been an organizational an organizational soldier. He has battled through different roles and tried to find his footing. He was a late breakout in his career. I mean, he's just been the model of consistency and professionalism. I have nothing bad to say about Coby as a person, as a player. He's been fantastic. It's unfortunate that the Bulls are in a position where they probably should trade him, because these are the kind of guys that you want to keep around, right? 7th overall pick, somebody who really turns himself into a good player and is on a great contract, but your team is just not heading anywhere. And so it's probably best to capitalize on what value he has. Unfortunately, that's a situation that the Bulls are in, but that doesn't say anything about Coby. It's just the business of basketball, and that is what it is. But Coby has been great, as has Io, and we could talk about him too. But really, all these guys up and down the roster have been a joy to cover and a joy to watch.
You mentioning Io having his knee wrapped there. Casey, with a bit more context, talking to Billy Donovan after the game, this via Casey's Twitter. Donovan said Dosunmu told him that he didn't bang knees, but he just had some soreness in his knee, and therefore worse. It was wrapped in the second half of that game. That's not great.
Why?
Why?
It's I get you're shorthanded, and you're one backup guard, or I guess if you can count Dalen Terry as a guard, you could have played Dalen more. Dalen always loves opportunities to handle the ball more. Doesn't always necessarily go swimmingly, but it was like Dalen and Yuki were your options backing up Io and Coby tonight. So you could have maybe split those minutes a bit more evenly and not had Coby and Io out there. And to their credit, look, like Io and Coby led that third quarter run to get the Bulls back in this game.
They did. And
it could have been their final hurrah as Bulls teammates. If not likely that is what happened. But yeah, just risk and reward seems a little bit silly. If you want to take a positive from this fairly ugly game, I think you can point to Matas. Jay Sane 360 in the chat saying Matas really needs to develop an in-between game. Hey-o, what's up, Dave? I think that will unlock him as a player. And meanwhile, Jason Wolf pointing out that Matas, and I saw this from Bulls PR, joined Wemby as the only other player in the league this season.
That's right.
To have a game with 5 threes and 5 blocks.
That's right. Take that.
Unicorn.
Go ahead, go.
I'm just like, I feel like I've tweeted out a bunch of stats over the years of like the company that players like Matas keeps. When you hear him in the same sentence with Wemby, that's pretty good. I don't think they're like similar players, but just the rim protection and the 3-point shooting, every team needs that. And so
Well, and in the history of the league, that list of players who have a game of 5 threes and 5 blocks is only 17 players long.
Wow.
In the history of the NBA, only 17 players have had a game with that stat line.
Impressive.
And players have not been shooting volume threes for very long, so a lot of those are like there
Correct.
just hasn't been any. But like it's Wemby and Mott. Like that is a really telling. I mean, you can think of the guys that can do it. It's like Chet Holmgren. It's Jaren Jackson Jr. Those are the kinds of players, maybe Porzingis, who would be able to do that. And those are unicorn players that fit and complement anybody around them that you can really build with. I don't know if Matas will become like a super duper star, but I do feel confident that he's going to be a player that can really impact the game on both sides because of his shooting and his rim protection. And now anything else you can add to that, I think, is just, that continues to unlock more of what he can do.
And that also puts Matas at 74 blocks on the season. Woo. And I remember I set the goal at 150.
With 29 games to go?
29 games to go. I set the goal at 150, baby. Still achievable. I still believe in it. But yeah, no, like Goat said, man, like hearing his name with these awesome, players, these unicorn type of players is always great. It's never a bad thing for a young guy that you want to turn into that guy, to be mentioned in the same breath with those kind of players. It gives you hope. It does. It gives you hope. And games like this tonight and games like he did against Miami is what I wanted to see when the season was kicking off from Matas Buzelis. I wanted him to get all the minutes and all the mistakes and figure it out on the floor and not just yanking him because he made a mistake, or yanking him in the fourth quarter because we're going with a different kind of lineup because we're pushing to get that 9th seed and things like that. You can still push for those things and allow that young man to develop. He is a huge part of the Bulls' future, whether you believe he's going to be that guy or not. Regardless of that, the fact of the matter is he is a huge part of what they are doing for the future of the Chicago Bulls. And if that is the case, and these people are your future, they need more time and all the time in the world on the floor to develop at least their game and to develop some chemistry with these teammates and develop chemistry with your coach and things of that nature. So, yeah, I am happy that he's getting these minutes. I hope it continues. I really do. I want it to continue for him. I want him to find his shot more. I thought he found it later in this game. I don't think he started off trying to find his shot. He seemed a little, and passive is a strong word, but he wasn't giving the ball or getting the opportunities, to get to the bucket and things like that. But he took it upon himself and took the onus on himself later in the game and started, making a change that kind of way. And again, that's him being on the floor and having time to figure it out and see when my game comes. Some guys' game come early. Some guys can do it early on and just go. Like Dosunmu. He does it. As soon as he walks on the floor, it's on. Some guys, they're figuring it out. They have to study the game, see what things are going, how things are moving, what the rhythm is like, and then they can attack. It's like method acting, bro. But I'm trying to find out what kind of thing it is for Matas Buzelis. We don't know yet, but this just goes a long way to helping to figure that thing out.
Yeah, I might amend or push back on what you said about him being passive in the first half.
No, that's what I said. I didn't have a better word for it.
Yeah, he was taking the open threes that he saw in the first half and knocking a respectable number of them down. I thought there were a few instances in the second half where he looked more comfortably aggressive attacking the basket. Okay. Which is,
there's a phrase.
You want the 3-level score. Yeah. And, dude, it's clearly barking up the wrong tree with Billy right now and letting this young man take a freaking mid-range shot. I think you can count on both your hands the number of mid-range shots Matas has taken all season.
You can, actually.
Bone still to be picked with one Billy Donovan.
I'm going to pick it.
But it's the good balance of, until we get that, and hopefully we do at some point in Matas' career, you get the threes and knocking him down at a solid rate, which he did tonight, 5 of 10, and you get him attacking the basket. And, he had that one blow-by dunk in the first half, but, you get one of those a game, maybe two from Matas, where it's just defense was asleep, I'm going to blow by you. It was his 2 baskets inside in the second half that I thought were far more impressive, where he was finishing through contact. He had a nice and one. There was a nice up and under finish in there, too. So, that's the mixture you want. But it's, as you said, Dave, not just about the minutes played Matas for Matas tonight, the shots. 16 shots.
Beautiful.
As we move past that trade deadline, I really don't want to see Matas have a night where he takes fewer than 15 shots.
I heard that.
Ever again.
I heard that.
Ever again. Bigger piece of this offense moving forward. We got to knock out our first ad break right there. We'll come back On the other side, with more thoughts on tonight's game, let us know what you're thinking about in that chat, Bulls Nation. Throw us a super chat if you're feeling friendly and generous tonight. Also, you can hit the like button.
Hit the
That'll
like
cost
button.
You $0, just a smile and a push of a button. We'll be right back.
Look at that perfect thumb. Hit it.
CHGO Bulls is brought to you by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app right now and use promo code CHGO365 when you sign up. Because when you do that with promo code CHGO365, place your first $5 bet on anything. Could be some NBA hoops action, maybe, the big game coming up on Sunday, maybe a little hockey, whatever you want. Bet365 will give you $200 in bonus bets when you place that first $5 bet. Win or lose that bet, don't matter. Either way, you're getting those $200 in bonus bets, and you can use those bonus bet dollars on just about everything. Spreads, totals, player props, futures, and more. So, also be on the lookout for NBA Tip-Off Tuesday. Awesome option and feature. Place a qualifying same-game parlay with a safety net bet feature on Tuesday's NBA games. That's today, by the way. And get up to $10 in bonus bets if the bet loses. Download that app with promo code CHGO365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment is never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 21 and older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
A whole lot can change in 5 years, ladies and gentlemen. Bulls can make 2 trades. Kevin Huerter can be up out of here in the van. Yeah. Even more of that, Nikola Vucevic can get traded up out of here, ladies and gentlemen, all on the same day. Oh, man. Wasn't that crazy finding that out? And how did we do our show? Well, I know how me and Matt did it. We used Xfinity Wi-Fi to do it, ladies and gentlemen. It is the best. You should have it, too. And also, how about a 5-year price guarantee to go along with that just because they like you so much? Oh, it's amazing. That Wi-Fi is intelligent, reliable, and there. And so guess what? That 5-year plan, 5 years locked in, ladies and gentlemen. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. So lock in your price and unlock the possibilities with Xfinity. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Select plans, only restrictions apply.
CHGO Bulls postgame rolling along on Tuesday night after the Bulls suffer a ugly loss to the Bucks, 131-115. Peck, Big Dave, Goat, Joey on the controls hanging out. Thanks for being here with us, Bulls Nation. Hit that like button if you didn't do it during the ad break. Let us now turn to our Game Day Difference Maker. Game Day Difference Maker is presented by our friends at Gameday Men's Health. Better father, better husband, better man. Go to Gameday Men's Health and visit GameDayCHGO.com to find the locations closest to you. I guess I'll kick things off by shouting out the man on the minutes restriction tonight. One Jalen Smith, who is this team's de facto starting center moving forward.
He is.
He played all 20 minutes he was allowed and had a very efficient 16 points with only 7 shots taken. He was 5 of 7 from the field, 3 of 5 from downtown, a perfect 3 of 3 at the free throw line. Didn't do his usual double-double with the boards, but still, I think he was the lone Bulls player to not register a negative tally in the plus-minus column tonight.
Oh, man.
Just continuing to do what we expect him to do, and why I think he is a name that you will still see suiting up on Thursday night. I think nobody on this team is untouchable right now, and we could talk a little bit later on in tonight's postgame about moves we might still see between now and Thursday. But I think that this team highly values one Jalen Smith right now.
Without a doubt, they do. I am concerned about the injuries for him, for sure. It reminds me of last year. He was hurt like in that second half. That's why Collins got that opportunity to get out there. So I'm a little concerned about that. But all in all, he's just been so consistent as of late, Matt. He's getting close to a double-double or getting a double-double out there. But that is just really efficient basketball play by that young man tonight. And his three-point shot, I haven't been able to complain about, which is great. I remember a few weeks ago, he was on my plus-minus for his three-point shooting. Mm-hmm. After that, he said, oh, Big Dave put me on the minus list. I can't have that. And I was like, you got that right, Jalen Smith. We ain't having that no more. So, yeah, I really like how he has been playing. I feel like he kind of found his space playing the 4. He found out how to play that position with Nikola Vucevic. And now he already knew how to play the 5 before. Mm-hmm. And now nobody's behind him. So it's a little more loosey-goosey, baby. Loosey-goosey out there. For my difference maker, I'm going the other way.
Just before you pivot, just to add to your point, Jalen Smith in those threes, he's shooting 38% on the year. In January, he at 40%.
There it is.
40%.
There it is.
Dude's cooking.
You're welcome. My difference maker, I'm going the opposite way here.
Okay.
I'm going what I talked about earlier, which was
Is it Vooch? The absence of Vooch is your difference maker?
no, it is the 3-point shooting of the Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh, yeah.
Tonight.
Yep.
That is absolutely ridiculous to be shooting 61% from 3. It's dumb. They had 3 players who hit 5 3-pointers tonight. 3. That's insane. And one of them came up off the bench. And one of them, what was his name? Gary Trent Jr., 5 of 8. Rollins, 5 of 8. Ooh. And Green was 5 of 9. Like, throw in Kuzma, who was 3 of 5. Throw in Nance, who was 3 of 5. Like,
Turner hit a couple.
yeah, Turner hit a couple. Like, these percentages are insane. That leads to guys like Kuzma having 6 assists. That leads to Rollins having 10 assists as well. And, Cole Anthony getting just, chipping in a quick 5 assists. He only played, 12 minutes? So he got a 5 assists in 12. I mean, yeah, they were cooking tonight, absolutely cooking. And when they turned it off for that quick stint in that third quarter, that's when the Bulls kind of made their run. Mm-hmm. But then when they said, oh, we found it again. All right, let's turn it back up. Game is back over. So, yeah, that 3-point shooting I thought made all the difference in the world tonight for this game.
You don't see many games where your team shoots 19 of 50, 38% from 3, and you lose. And oftentimes, if that's going to happen, it's because the other team somehow shot better.
Yeah.
And they did. 61%. Just
insane.
Absurd.
Insane
23
number.
of 38.
Insane number, bro.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
Insane number.
Yeah, I think I could go one of two directions on this. One is on the Bulls side. The other is on the Bucks side. I think I'll just go with Kyle Kuzma. I mean, this dude was taking some just insane shots and making everything. Yeah. He was 12 of 22. You mentioned the threes, but 31 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. Some of the shots that he was taking were just absolutely horrendous, like turnaround fadeaway jumpers from 17 feet away on the base, like just wild shots. But he was making them. He was driving. He was beating guys off the dribble. It was like his Christmas probably out there being able to take every shot in the world. And, I mean, he was making them. Yeah. Got to give him credit where credit is due. If I had to choose one on the Bulls side, I think I'm taking Billy because you had 10 players dressed. One of them was Trey Jones, who was not playing or was not going to play. So you have 9 players. Somehow Okoro, 40 minutes. Matas, 36 minutes. You still play Coby and Io 30 minutes and 28 minutes. And who knows what would have happened with Io had he not hurt his knee or had the knee soreness. You max out Jalen Smith's 20 minutes. But still, like, Dalen Terry can't get more than 15 minutes. Like, he's just going all out. And that is the kind of difference that I am surprised to see this team making tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, Billy wanted to win this game.
Oh boy, what's wrong, Joey C? What you got, man?
No, it's just look.
Let it out.
What they
Let the hate flow through you.
the trust
hate
tree.
flew through you,
I said
I'll get the
I
torches.
said earlier today that if Coby White even played tonight and then eventually would get traded this week, it is malpractice at a very high level. I think the phrase bad process is a very apt way of phrasing it. I think what I'm really bothered about tonight is that in the offseason, AK, Eversley, and Billy sold the Bulls fans a message of alignment. And we are on the same page and continuity and asking for patience and growth. Tonight feels, and we don't know what happens. Maybe they keep Coby, maybe they keep Io. Maybe this will all be moot. But if they do trade one of those players, the fact that Coby was still on the floor with 6 or 7 minutes left to go in a fourth quarter game, in a game that they were down by over 20 points, is not alignment to me. And I feel, and if that is the case where they end up trading Coby, I feel a little lied to. Or at the very least, maybe the alignment isn't as smooth or as locked in as they would like to tell you it was over the summer. That's what I'm kind of frustrated with and upset with.
Well, I think in this situation, like, it's the front office's job to take the sticks away from, Billy in this situation. And maybe it's a lack of alignment. Maybe it's that the front office is really also in line with Billy and that they want to, but just, I agree with you, Joey. And I said as much, like, it felt like bad process to me.
Yeah.
Agree. I think it was Jason in the chat who just said, I don't think Billy gets to decide if they try to win. Like, I'm assuming in these particular circumstances that comes from above him. I think Billy's bosses are trying to win every game.
Yeah.
They're not succeeding in that goal, but they're trying to win every game. And they see the way that the Charlotte Hornets have been playing, nipping at their heels with that win streak that they had cooking. 6 games.
Have they lost back now?
Yep.
7 in a row. 1.5 games
7
back.
in a row? So, yeah, there you go. Look, clearly the Bulls have all kinds of different machinations at play right now in this stretch of days leading up to that deadline on Thursday. But that doesn't mean that they were going to just, make up a fake injury for Ayo tonight and say, Coby, rest tonight. Where I would see the validity in doing so, and teams across the league make those kind of moves all the time. All the time.
Yeah. But
it is just not in this Bulls brain trust's nature to do stuff like that. You could disagree with it as a fan. Some of us do. But am I surprised that Coby played 30 minutes tonight and Ayo 28 on the eve of trade deadline eve? No. I'm not at all surprised because it is absolutely aligned with the MO of Billy and AK and what they're trying to accomplish with this young core of players.
They're down by 20, though.
Yes? Yes, they were, Joey.
I hear you on that. 'Cause once the ball goes up
I'm
in
just
the
playing
air,
devil's advocate to a losing argument
I
right
get
now.
I get it. But once the ball goes up in the air, right, I totally understand that it's Billy's job to find the best rotations, the best set plays, whatever it is, to win the basketball game that night. And he's wired that way. And I frankly, I respect it. And there's a tunnel vision to him that you can't help but kind of admire, even though it's much to the chagrin of me being a Bulls fan. But they were down by 20 plus with 7 minutes to go, and Kobe's out there banging bodies in the paint, man. That's where I can't. That's where the continuity and the alignment, we're all on the same page thing. That's where I think they're reading from different chapters in the book, personally.
But you did skate past the most important aspect when you said once that ball goes up, and you said it's something about what Billy does. No, once the ball goes up, it's Yuki's job to go get it. That man is 1 for 1 on jump balls.
Let's go, baby. He said that was the first one he's ever won in his career. So shout out to him.
Got a better face-off percentage than Jonathan Taves in his prime.
Also, Matthew Peck,
Yeah.
Machinations.
Yeah.
Can we give that a shout out right there real quick?
Hey.
He just dropped that on everybody like it wasn't nothing. Tossed the validity
I
just
know the
for
man
fun.
appreciates a good vocabulary word every once in a while.
Machinations. My God. That's impressive. It's impressive. But, Joey, see, I get all of your frustration. It makes all the sense of everything that you're saying to sit and watch that. And you raise an interesting question about the alignment of the team, of the organization, and Billy. It's something he always is going to do. We touched on it a little bit in pregame. And I was, when Golden and I were speaking, and I'm like, that's what Billy is wired to do. He's going to try to win every single game. It doesn't matter who he has. Doesn't matter what there's out there on the floor. He's going to try to win every single game. And if you give him a little talent, that talent is about to see the floor a lot out there and trying to win the basketball game. So Billy is who he is, but it is interesting, though, about the alignment with the team because these trades signal something different than what Billy is coaching. Mm-hmm. It signals a little different kind of thing. So maybe there needs to be a discussion or talk between them, or maybe, we're just over our heads on this one. You know what I'm saying? And not seeing what it is or whatever. I mean, we are sitting here, and those guys are sitting there. But from sitting here, this is what it looks like, though.
Yeah, and I think the Bulls are not going to tank. They're not going to say that they're tanking, and they're not going to look like they are tanking. But I think two things can be true at the same time, which is you're being careful about the trade deadline. You're being careful about guys' health who might get moved. That's not a secret that the trade deadline is happening. You made 2 trades today. Right. It's not like nobody knows about it. And the players know about it. I know that you have to get a certain amount of bodies out there. They only have 2 two-way guys that they can lean on right now, and they have a bunch of injuries. I think that there is room in the middle for them to find a pathway where it is not 100% all-out blitz towards winning every single game and getting that 9th seed and stripping it down and completely blowing it up and playing Walter Lemon Jr. and Jakari Sampson or whatever, Jakar Sampson for 36 minutes a game. There is room in the middle between those two things, and I just don't know that they know how to find it.
Yeah.
But I think when you talk about the trades that happened today, that certainly signals one thing. And I just don't think Kobe's going to score 35 points tonight, and that changes his trade value. I think these guys are what they are. The league knows who they are. The teams know who they are. I think the agents know what money they're going to ask for. The teams have talked to the agents. There's no secrets anymore. And so you just have to be careful. And it's one game. It's not like sit them down for the rest of the year.
Right.
It's probably likely that they are going to get traded, or at least someone will, because you have 7 guards on your roster.
It's true.
They just have to be smart about these things. And it's not about we're going to be terrible on purpose and we're going to drag our fans through another 15-win season. No, it's about how do you prevent injuries from happening so that you can make trades in the deadline that's 36 hours away.
Chicago Bulls all day in the chat saying roster is definitely better now on the heels of these 2 trades today. Let's put a pin in that, because I think, as you were just kind of talking about what this team might be capable of still while making these moves, that maybe there are multiple things that they're focusing on over the final 29 games and what lies beyond it. We got to knock out another ad break. So when we come back, we'll pick up the conversation where we left off. Keep those likes coming. They're free.
Like
Super chat. If you're feeling happy and generous tonight, we appreciate those always.
Like
and
button.
hit that freaking like button again. It's free. BRB.
Hit it now.
CHGO Bulls is brought to you by Four Seasons.
4.
Winter is here. It's February. That means still winter here in Chicago.
Yeah.
I think that that little rodent saw a shadow, too. We got more winter coming. That means you need to make sure your home's furnace is up to the challenge. And that's why you need to call Four Seasons. At Four Seasons, they guarantee same-day installation for all of your heating, cooling, plumbing, electrical, and generator needs with no extra charge for nights, weekends, or even holidays.
Celebrate.
Save up to $4,000 on furnaces and comfort systems with Four Seasons. Furnaces starting at $39 a month. Furnace AC combos just $57 a month. You can call today and save $50 from your trusted local experts. Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric has been serving Chicagoland for over 50 years, Dave.
Oh.
That's why they're your trusted local experts.
They are.
So visit FourSeasonsHeatingCooling.com for all their special offers and money-saving coupons. That's FourSeasonsHeatingCooling.com because they, for all the right reasons.
Call 866 Four Seasons. I held that because I knew Amanda was coming.
Ooh!
Big shout out to my man Ray. Guess he was texting me, man, when all this stuff went down.
Oh, yeah, of course.
My main man Ray was hitting me up, dog, texting me talking about this stuff because, you know, he's a big Bulls fan.
Shout out to
also,
Ray.
he likes the fact that you get deals. I mean, you can get them at the Ray Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, because right now, this is your chance to score a great deal at the Auto Show Sales event. Head to Ray CDJR on Route 12 today and choose from their huge inventory of new Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram vehicles. Right now, get 0% financing for 72 months on new Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram models. Plus, shop over 125 vehicles priced under $20,000. That friendly team of brand experts at Ray CDJR, they're here to help you during each step of your car shopping journey. Plus, they prioritize affordability. Because you know the price you see is the price you're going to pay. So big shout out to my man Ray. For more information, y'all, you can head to Ray CDJR on Route 12 in Fox Lake or online at raycdjr.com. They've been serving the community since
1963.
Thank you, sir.
For those of you hard of hearing, that was 1963.
Oh, they hurt me.
CHGO Bulls postgame rolling along on Tuesday night after the Bulls lost the Bucks. Thanks for being here, Bulls Nation. Hit that like button if you didn't do it during the ad break. I see over 300 of y'all hanging out. We appreciate you. I haven't even got to 100 likes yet. That's not a good enough ratio, in my opinion.
Guys.
Hit the like, spread the joy to your fellow Bulls
You're
fans.
more awesome than that. Show me.
That's right. So we got a lot of Bulls fans talking about what comes next with the roster and maybe between now and Thursday in the chat. So why don't we check out that chat with our segment, Checking It Out. Checking It Out is presented by our friends at Old National Bank. Every play matters, whether it's on the field or the hardwood or in your financial life. The best teams win by delivering excellence at every level. Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Member FDIC. I believe before the break I pointed out, I think it was Bulls All Day in the chat who said, hey, this is a better roster now. And meanwhile, our friend Chase Ashland saying, like, so the Bulls just keep trading everybody to bring in more and more guards. Those 2 points, I think, combined, something worth noting. We talked a little bit about it on our emergency pod today, and maybe touched on it in pregame too. If you're talking about the Bulls just having way too many guards right now, assuming that 2 of those guards are Anthony Simons and Mike Conley, press pause on that fear and worry and or frustration, because I think, Chris Haynes had a report about it while that Bulls-Bucks game was happening, confirming that it's a very good chance Conley will get moved again before the deadline passes on Thursday. And other reports were saying the same thing about Anthony Simons when that Vucevic to the Celtics trade went down earlier today. I think there's a very real possibility that not only Coby or Ayo gets moved before Thursday at 2, but so does one or both of those two players who arrived today via trade.
Yeah, and I mean, especially just if you think about the balancing of the roster right now, there's one big, and it's Jalen Smith. And Zach Collins, it was reported before the game, maybe out for the year, so you can't depend on him, even if he does at some point come back. I just think it's not going to be a season where you can depend on him. Lachlan Ulbrich, I think, will continue to get minutes.
Larky.
But again, that leans more towards the team as being okay with maybe not going all out for the play-in, which is, it's just, we'll kind of believe when we see it type of mentality. So I think, you got to make some additional changes, or, I also think it's probably fair to say that like this roster is not going to be complete by the end of this deadline either. So there's probably going to be some loose ends that you have to tie up at the offseason or in, at the draft, whatever it may be. You're hopefully getting what will be a top 35 or so second-round pick. You've got your own pick coming, maybe a pick from the Blazers. Like, there's open roster spots. You have a ton of cap space. I don't think this needs to be sorted out right now, but I do think that in order to evaluate Jaden Ivey, in order to see what he looks like with Josh Giddey and Matas Buzelis, who are presumably now the core three pieces that you're trying to build with, excluding Noah Senge, who's obviously not playing, you have to open up some room for them to be able to play and to be able to handle the ball. And so I think it's probably best that if that is the direction they're going, that they do look to move on from some of these guys. They don't need 4, playable 30-minute-a-night type of guards. It's helpful, it's useful, it's a luxury, but you don't need that, especially when there's so many other needs right now on the roster. And so if you get good offers for Ayo and Coby, it's worth looking into them. If you get good offers for Ayo and Coby and Trey Jones, it's probably worth looking into them. Maybe you end up playing Anthony Simons a little bit, and then you can bring him back on a cheaper deal. And even though he's like a similar player to Coby, it makes more sense flipping over the roster to bring him back as your third or fourth guard next year on a cheaper deal than it would be to do that same thing with Coby. Mike Conley, I don't know if it's going to be a trade. Maybe he gets bought out, but I expect him to probably be moved on just based on the reporting. So I think there's a lot that is going to happen here. They traded away Herter, who is one of their wings. They don't really have many of those. They have a lot of holes to fill, and I just think this is the start of doing that. They also have the biggest hole to fill, which is they still don't have a star player, and I don't know that they're going to be able to address that at the deadline, maybe in the offseason, but I think moving a little bit more towards the bottom of the towards the bottom and getting a high lottery odds is more important to me than seeing if you can make another plan push. So I think all those things have to align, and it's okay if that's sort of the front office mentality and the overarching direction, while also putting forth the best foot forward when it comes to actually playing the games and letting guys play. But you can't do that at the expense of potential injuries derailing trades. So just to tie all those things together, I think there has to be sort of a commitment to what direction we're going, even if it's not all the way to the bottom or all the way to the top. Like, can you get in line maybe here and put forward a product that is presentable, that you can feel okay with, that your fans can feel okay with, but that it's still directing you towards the right end. And I think if you think about it that way, with potential trades that could occur over the next 36 hours, I think it starts to make a little bit more sense, even though there are still a ton of big question marks.
Your boy cooking right there. Like Goat said something, Matt, about having so many guards playing 30, 40 minutes a night, and he used the word luxury. And Matt Peck, what I like to use is my analogy when I'm talking about luxury.
Rims on a car?
Rims on a damn car.
Shout out Alex Caruso.
Shout out. The original rims. But that's what that is. Like, and he's right. The Bulls are not in that position for that kind of luxury right now. You don't have heat in the car. You know what I mean? Your tires are bald. You need
that transmission check.
Transmission needs to be checked out. You know what I mean? Your brake line is cut.
The floor is wet.
Somehow. Why is the floor wet?
You got a huge hole in the car where the star should be.
You might want to patch that up. Like those things. But no worry about putting these rims on the vehicle. There are so many other things that you need to focus on and get together. And when it comes to Ayo and Coby, I'm in agreement that I feel like Coby is the one who is going to get traded. I don't want to trade Ayo. I will continue to state that. I don't want to. If they do trade Ayo, for me, it's signaling that they are getting something bigger in return. Because that is a piece right there. Dosunmu is a piece. And if you're going to give that up, you're getting back something big, or bigger in return. And I'm not saying just Io alone.
Right.
I'm saying packaged
or
with
packaging him with other stuff to get some like a big game piece.
Exactly. So if he's involved in any type of trade that the Bulls are doing, I'm expecting something really good back. And if I don't, then the bat will come out and it will not be cool at all.
Okay, but so then let me ask you guys this to a question that we've got from Mark's Infinite in the comments. He says, to piggyback off of what Goat is saying, I want to know who, so you guys on the roster, thinks makes sense long term. Still wondering what kind of a roster AK is trying to build. I think it's a great question, but right now, yeah.
Let's go to break.
So sorry to just immediately answer that with one word, but
same time,
same place.
Same place.
No, but think about the roster right now. They had 4 guards, which is, I think, a luxury. I think you need 3 with like a fourth that can be playable.
Agreed.
This is a team that had 4 guards that they needed 25, 30 minutes a night.
Right.
Now you have Coby, Io, Giddey, Trey Jones, and Ivy. You've gained a guard. So I do think that a move is coming there. I don't know who it's going to be, but I think you got 3 guys that make sense. I would say Giddey and Ivy are the ones that you're presumably building forward with. And then any of those other 3 should be on the table. I get it. I was a fan favorite. He's been great. He's like a local kid. It's not lost on me, and I don't know that you're going to get incredible value back for him. But I also think that if you can put him together with another contract to get a wing, or if you can get a first-round pick for one of these guys, and then another thing comes up and you're able to move another, like they should be okay doing that. I don't think they need 4 guards. I think they need to really invest across the positional spectrum, and they want size and athleticism and versatility to play up and down. And so, yeah, Ivy's 6'4", Io's 6'5", Kobe's 6'4", 6'5". They've got some size there, but they just can't only depend on guards. They need to get size up the lineup. And I think they want Matas to be a 3. That means you got to get a 4. You just traded away Vooch. That means you got to get a 5. Like Sticks, I think is a really good third big. I don't think that he's necessarily someone who you want playing 30 minutes a night as your starting 4, just because of what that does to your pace and your just ability to get up and down the floor. So I think they have a lot of changes yet to make, and I think they're dealing from a position of power when it comes to the guards.
Yes.
And we've talked so much over the years, Dave, of they don't really operate from a position of power very often. This is their chance to do it. And if it gets to a point where you have to make a decision, even if you don't necessarily love the value you're getting back, maybe it still makes sense because you got something, because you're not going to lose them for nothing in the summer, and because it gives you runway now to see what you have in the guards that you actually are building with.
And, again, we have not quite 48 hours to figure out what other moves AK still has up his sleeve, and finding another big, as you were just saying, the shifting down with losing Vooch, and you want Matas at the 3. Jalen's a solid 4. You can play minutes. I would not be surprised to see the Bulls not only ship off Coby or Io in the next couple of days, but also go out there and try and find a big, and maybe something similar to what they've targeted, not just in the last couple of days, but in AK's tenure of young guys who, you might be having to negotiate with when they are, upcoming restricted free agents or free agents, but young players with experience. That is clearly his fetish.
That's the
like it is his fetish. So if the Bulls find themselves welcoming a new young player with experience who is a front court player between now and Thursday, I would not be all that surprised.
Yeah.
AK's clearly in I'm cooking mode.
Yeah.
So what else will he cook up? It's possible that it's not just picking one of his, extraneous guards and trading them. It's possible that he tries to set another piece of this roster in place before this summer when the competition is going to be stiffer.
Yeah, no, that's a great point, man. And there's so many more holes to fill on this roster. Again, I'm sure a lot of y'all like Ulbrich out here for sure. But you're gonna need some help. You know what I mean with that. Wait, I didn't hear that. JC. I didn't hear that. I didn't hear what that said. But you're gonna need some help. Jalen Smith is gonna need some help. Even Matas Buzelis. You're gonna need some help. You know what I'm saying with that position. So your guards, I think, will always be what the Bulls' focus kind of is, because it's just been that. Since Billy Donovan has kind of been here. So I don't think that's going to stop. I'm not worried about the guard position. I think they'll know they're going to do their thing. It's like the Bears back in the day with running back. I knew they were was never worried about the running back. But it's the other positions on the floor I am concerned about now and how they feel about them and what are they prioritizing also as well when it comes to those positions. I think whatever trades they make now will highlight that, what they are prioritizing kind of going forward.
Yeah.
I think it's going to continue to be
Positionally,
what we've seen, which is that they want athleticism and size. They want flexibility. Like, they're doing all the things that they said that they were going to do. They haven't taken on any longer term money, except for Ivy, who, doesn't go into next year, but he's going to be someone that they re-sign.
Right.
I think that they've been pretty clear about what it is that they want to do. And so I would guess that the next thing is size across the positional spectrum.
I hope so, because there's a lot of guards right now.
It's a lot of guards. And they've played their best when they've been big, right? Like Vooch and Sticks, I think, are the two best lineups on the team. So that's, I think, the model that they're going to be going after.
We got to knock out one last ad break. We'll come back on the other side with a few more thoughts on tonight's game, the deadline looming on Thursday, whatever else y'all are thinking about in the chat. Let us know. Keep your comments coming. Throw us a super chat if you want it. Awesome. We appreciate it. Either way, hit the like button. That's free. Yeah. Be right back. CHGO Bulls is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. Let's talk about your next weekend escape, or maybe just your next big night out. Because at Potawatomi, they've got everything you need in one spot. We're talking thousands of the latest slots and table games. Shout out Joey Craps. Maybe if you're ready to refuel, you can choose from one of their amazing restaurants and bars to choose from. Whether you're feeling fancy, Big David and Tugs, or you just want a quick bite, me being a lazy schlub, they've got you covered. You could even stay at the property the whole time. Stay in style. They're luxurious, comfy hotel. That's what I'm talking about. Just steps away from what many call the Midwest's best sports book. Maybe you're heading to Bucks Bulls. That could have been you tonight. Still could be you later this season. Sure. Start your day right at Potawatomi, hit the sports book, then head to the game. It's all super convenient, and it's got more than just sports, a full lineup in Milwaukee of concerts, festivals, and more. Potawatomi is a perfect home base for all of it. Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. Your win is waiting.
What really makes him smile is a box of food showing up at his door. Ready to eat and ready to go. Factor meal kits. We are always excited when we know we're getting some Factor meal kits, ladies and gentlemen, because 6 of those delicious meals are going to get yum, 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 yum. You take it out, you pop it in the microwave, 2 minutes, they're done. You eat it, and a smile will come across your face. Then you can make the decision, do I want more of these Factor meal kits? The answer is yes. And then you do that same thing again. They are the absolute best. 100 rotating meals every single week. High protein, calorie smart, Mediterranean, ready to eat salads, whatever. They got you covered. So head to factormeals.com/CHGO Bulls 50 off and use that code CHGO Bulls 50 off to get 50% off your first Factor box plus free breakfast for 1 year. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with the code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. Make healthier eating with Factor.
CHGO Bulls post-game hanging out a little bit longer here on Tuesday night. Thanks for being here, Bulls Nation. Hit the like button if you didn't do it during the ad break. We got ourselves a super chat from when's baseball season? $9.99 super chat. Appreciate you. Quickly, before we read the super chat, Joey, tell us when is baseball season?
Not in February, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, man. That man took a deep breath.
But
right
single digits on days until pitchers and catchers, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, there's some guys already hitting in Arizona. Obviously, we're going to have the World Baseball Classic that's going to start March 3rd, I believe, through the 18th. And then we're going to have games all the way, till the end of March.
How much
they always do the thing where there's the one opening day game and then everyone else starts like 3 days later. So it's like,
How much do you love opening day, Joey?
How much do I love opening day? It's a very special day. Hope springs eternal. Everyone is awesome.
Yeah, in Chicago, do you have to say hope winter's eternal when it's opening day of a new baseball season?
It's true. I've run around Wrigleyville on opening day before, but like the weather is absolutely miserable.
What do you mean run around it?
You know what I mean? Have a good time. Do a little party.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
No, he means like, fooling around on it.
Okay.
Like Run Around Sue, the song.
Yeah,
that's Joey.
Play a little
Run Around Joe.
Yeah, and they listen to Blues Travelers Run Around. And I'm going around and around.
Oh, they said keep away from a run around.
That was a roundabout way of getting to that super chat from when's baseball season, who said, I've got a fever, and the only prescription is more guards. Oh, I see. We're going for a little Christopher Walken, more cowbell motif here. Acquire all the guards. We corner the market. Then this summer, we set the price for our guards as high as we want. # monopolize.
That's pretty funny.
Giving
I
AK
like that.
all kinds of great
all
ideas.
kinds of them, baby.
AK is the guy in the fantasy football draft that just takes all quarterbacks.
Right,
And he's
right.
like, you come to me now.
No, I don't know if AK is a fantasy football player. If he is, I would venture a guess. He doesn't corner the quarterbacks market. He corners the kickers market in a fantasy football draft.
I mean, you're gonna need one.
He takes all tight ends.
You're gonna be
It's like Cole Kmet's first round pick.
all defense.
We're gonna get 9 to 10 really good tight ends.
But he's only taking Bears players.
Oh,
Yeah.
Only drafting Bears.
oh man.
I'd like to draft Paul Edinger.
I'll take
That kicker retired about 20 years ago. I'm still taking him.
I'll
He's
take
on the
Marion
list.
Barber, please. Marion Barber off the board.
Man.
Who's the Bears equivalent of Patrick Williams over the same, like, is it like Velus Jones Jr.?
If they gave him $90 million.
You'd have to go to one of the offensive linemen, like unfortunately, like a Gabe Carimi or Chris Williams, Mark Colombo.
Jamarcus Webb.
John Theory wasn't very
Webb was,
good.
What?
I mean, at least Cedric Benson like scored a touchdown in the
he
Super
had a
Bowl. You know what I'm
1,000-yard
saying?
season.
He was a
Like,
high
yeah.
pick, but he. Cade
Tevin
McNown's
Jenkins.
up there.
Speaking of expensive, not in money, but in terms of draft capital, Tevin Jenkins was also a dud.
That was
Yeah,
tough.
he was hurt a lot.
I'm gonna go with Cade McNown.
That's not bad.
High pick, top 5 pick, 2
That's
top
not
5
bad.
picks. Did garbage. Had some.
Chris
had some.
Conti. Chris Conti. Shout out. Chris Conti. Ass. Yes.
Meanwhile, Bulls all day in the chat saying you can always sign and trade Coby, referring to keeping him past his deadline and sign and trading him in the offseason. I mean, yes, theoretically.
How
I
is
feel
Billy
like
going to manage?
Enos.
How is Billy going to manage Giddey, Coby, Ayo,
it just makes no sense.
Trey, Ivy, Simons,
And look, if I'm
Yuki?
I was waiting. Come on, baby.
if I'm Coby,
And that's if they buy out Conley, which I'm not convinced that they're actually going to do. I'm
Right.
sure they're going to try to move him.
don't you have to think that at this point Coby sees the writing on the wall? Not the writing on the wall that like he knows he's getting traded between now and Thursday at 2:00. Maybe he doesn't, but that either way, the Bulls aren't throwing him a bag
Right.
of upwards of $25 million a year on a multi-year deal this summer.
Right.
All signs point to that not happening. So I'm like Kobe's probably ready to move on. Keeping him and waiting for a sign and trade also like no. Like I think at this point you take what you can get. Remember when they laid the groundwork for a Vooch trade in the offseason by not trading him at last season's trade deadline?
Yeah.
No.
I remember.
No, like don't make me go through that with Coby.
Yeah.
Don't make Coby go through that.
Yeah. No. It's the. Yeah, Connor, I saw it, Connor, and that was brilliant. Well done, sir. Very well done. Curtis Enos. Is what he said. Oh, man.
That's a good one.
Well done. I mean, that's
a
well
good
done.
one.
Well
Nice.
done, sir.
Nice work.
Goat, he was trash.
David Terrell, while we're at it too.
Even Terrell. Oh, man. You know what? No, I don't like this game no more. I want to talk about the Bears. I don't like this no more. You're taking me down the dark path. I've closed that door. Allow me to look into the light of Caleb Williams' eyes.
Kevin White, back to you.
Okay.
God.
Why?
The legend of West Virginia.
Why? Oh, man. We got families. How dare you?
Bulls all day saying if we can keep Coby for $25 million, it would be great. Teams are not trying to shell out that kind of money for a non-All-Star anymore.
But that's if nobody's trying to do that, should you be trying to do that?
That.
The bar.
That.
And I think
You just argued yourself out
That
of
was very Tony
your own
Romo
suggestion.
of Will, by the way. He almost went, I don't know, Chip. I hate to tell you, Chip.
But I think it's not
nobody
so
else
much.
wanted to pay Josh Giddey $25 million. Imagine that.
That's fair.
It's not so much that it's like addition by subtraction, but it's addition by moving forward in a cohesive direction. I think that does count for something. And so I can't say it like different ways. They've got 7 guards they got to play. They got to make some moves here.
Yeah.
And I think they will. They've also got one bit like they just need to continue overhauling this roster. I think even once they do some of those moves, it won't be complete. But I do think that just setting yourself up how many times have we got on the show and complained about just pick a direction, pick a lane? Like, I think that does really count for something.
Yes, it does.
And I know Coby and Ayo in particular have really ingratiated themselves with the fans, and people really like them. I like them too, but I just think it's time to move on. And when it's time to move on, it's time to move on. So I don't know if they move both of those guys or one of those guys or all three of them, including Trey. But I think having some clarity about what you're trying to build and where you're trying to get to, it's very difficult to build towards an end goal if you don't have an end goal. And so you've got to like establish that and then move forward.
Boy, cooking over here.
Cooking. Chase and Ashley, meanwhile, complaining about the reliable three-point shooting. The Bulls are 8th in the NBA as of right now in three-point percentage at 36.8.
That's really
they've been on a hot streak recently. They got out 3-point crazied by the Bucks tonight.
Yes, correct.
Your opponent's not going to shoot 62% from three every night.
They shot really well,
like
19
Go
of
Fed,
50.
right.
The Bulls hit 19 threes tonight. They've been on a hot streak as a team.
38%.
That's not high on my list of worries right now.
Yeah.
But they did lose one of their floor spacers today. R.I.P. trailer threes from the one and only Vooch.
I mean, I do think that's an interesting question of how they replace that, because they really had something just with him trailing the plays and attacking closeouts.
Yeah.
And if you
Also their
if you
clutch
now
shooter.
replace him with a rim rolling center or a non-shooting center, that's going to really change the floor geometry.
Shrinks their offense.
And shrink their offense.
Yeah, I wanted to say that about Vooch, man. And just kind of give him his proper
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
For his time here with the
Let's do
Chicago
it.
Bulls. I remember when that trade occurred. I was over the moon. I was very happy because, one, the Bulls did something. And two, I liked Nikola Vucevic, and I was like, this is a good pick. And giving up 2 first-round picks, what I didn't love. But I'm like, it signals that you're trying to win. And that's what I was judging it at. Then it came back to bite us all in the ass. But Nikola Vucevic, I remember him trying to find his place on the team. He wasn't used to being the third guy. He was used to being the guy.
Yeah.
And the Bulls are asking him to be the third guy. You saw his shooting numbers go down.
Mm-hmm.
You saw all his numbers kind of, went
Usage
down.
way down.
Oh, man. And it just wasn't normal for him. So that's he found himself. It took him a couple years to find it, but once he found himself, he absolutely went crazy. Like these past couple seasons, he just has been out of this world good. And a guy who is that durable at the age he is incredibly valuable in the NBA, especially at the center position, especially for the skill set that he has, because it's 18 and it's 12 and it's 5 assists, and I'm going to hit like 3 threes as well. Oh, and I can win a basketball game for you also if you need me to hit a game-winning shot. How many game-winning shots did we see this man hit over his career, just over the career here with the Chicago Bulls? Watch him do it a ton of times. He is up on the list as far as three-point shooting with the Bulls. He is up on the list as far as rebounding is concerned with the Bulls.
Double-doubles,
He will go down as one of the best centers in Bulls history. That's what he is. Like, you don't have to like him or anything like that, but those are facts. He will go down as absolutely that, and he is deserving of absolutely that. Nikola Vucevic, man, is excellent at basketball. 82 games, he will play for you, and he will impact what's going on the floor. Watching him pass the ball was a treat. Watching him shoot those trailer threes that Matt Peck would call out all the time was a treat. Like, seeing how he played and how he went about his business also was awesome to see. He is a pro's pro. He is a professional, man. And, yeah, the Bulls were lucky to have him for the years that they had him. Obviously, it was time to move on. I don't disagree with any of that. But Nikola Vucevic was really good for the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah,
Before, real quick, you gave your flowers. Just a reminder, as we head to a little bit of overtime here on CHGO Bulls postgame, that if you are watching on one of our various streaming partners, that if you want the bonus content, you can always just head to allchgo.com.
Bang.
Go, the flowers.
It's a great place to go, and also a great place to go read articles.
Hey-o!
I think the cost that it took to acquire Vooch in the first place really influenced people's perception of him as a player. And I get it. Like, that's a very big part of the business of basketball. The economy of the game is like, what value can you get for your assets? And I think from the time that trade happened, I appreciated the fact that they were doing it.
Yes.
I felt like he was a great player that could help unlock a lot of the players on the team. Before when they signed him, they didn't have yet Caruso or Lonzo or DeMar, but I felt like he would be able to really help Zach and really help Patrick and Coby. Those were the primary young pieces on the team at that point. Help them grow. And it's unfortunate that they weren't able to make the playoffs that first year, because it turns out that they gave the pick that became Franz Wagner to the Magic. But like that stuff kind of just is what it is. That's the cost of making a deal. And I understood why they did it, even if it felt like an overpay. To me, Vooch was very much like Carlos Boozer, like a player who you bring in and expect to put up these monster all-star numbers, and was really productive, but just didn't blow the lid off in the way that I think a lot of people would have hoped when you're paying 2 first-round picks and making him, the primary center and a huge piece of the offense. But I don't think that necessarily means that he wasn't a really productive player. He was incredibly productive. He was incredibly steady. I know the 3-point shooting in particular was up and down. But I think he really found something. The adjustment to playing with Zach and DeMar, I think, was pretty tough on him.
Sure.
But once they moved on from those guys, he really, I thought, had an incredibly strong last 2 seasons. It's probably some of his best basketball that he's ever played.
Agreed.
And found a way to navigate the high pace that the Bulls play with and still be really effective and productive. I know the younger players in the locker room really valued his mentorship and just the way that he approaches the game. I mean, Billy talks about it all the time, the professionalism, how he takes care of his body, how he goes about his business, and just on a personal level. Like he was great to cover. He was incredibly gracious with his time. He has a great family that like loves Chicago, that really enjoyed being here. It's hard to get picked up and moved in the middle of a season. So I wish Vooch all the best. Like I hope that he's able to go compete for a championship with the Celtics this year or next. We'll see what happens, but I think that the era was what it was. I don't think anybody will sit here and say that it was like some great success. They really didn't ever do that. But I don't think that diminishes who he is as a player or what he contributed to the team. It just was a season or a set of seasons that just didn't go their way. And I think you could say that about any of these guys. It's like great players, great humans, great to work with, but it just didn't work out. And that sometimes happens that way. But that shouldn't necessarily color your perception of who they are as people or players. Yeah.
Shout out to Rage Quit Gaming, one of our friends from one of our Ultra Hangs earlier this season, who said in the chat, you can run offense through Vooch when your point guards are out injured, which seems to be too often for the Bulls. Yeah. Underappreciated always as a facilitator and sort of a fulcrum of an offense that likes to keep the ball moving from side to side. Yeah. Bulls all day saying Vooch will be a lot better in Boston with their defensive identity. Yeah, Juan Miller saying when they do a video tribute for Vooch, he'll have some great highlights. Man, ain't that the truth?
That's a fact.
Dude had so many clutch moments.
He did.
So many clutch moments for
4
this team.
4 game-winning shots this year.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Seriously, man.
Julia saying Vooch just became increasingly not happy. It was best for him. And look, it's worth pointing out that came on the heels, this Vooch trade, of perhaps, I wouldn't say the most like aggressive thing Vooch has said on the record as far as his frustrations with this team. Mm-hmm. But the quotes from him in that Cowley article that came out like a day or two ago about like going to the play-in tournament every year.
Yeah.
Some of us fans aren't too thrilled with that. And Vooch himself said, yeah, I'm not really in love with that either.
Right.
That's getting pretty old.
Right.
Would like something else at this stage of my career.
Yes.
So happy for him that he can go see what he can do with that Celtics team that appears to be playoff bound.
Yeah.
But like when it comes to Vooch and boiling it down, for all of the flaws, if this team had a better rim protector playing alongside him for longer stretches, maybe the Bulls fans who see the Bulls defense as largely Vooch's fault and Vooch's problem see that differently. You can't have a weak interior defensive center and a weak perimeter defense. The Bulls, for certain stretches of the Vooch tenure, were just that bad as a defensive unit.
Yeah.
Especially once you take Alex Caruso out of the equation or Lonzo Ball out of the equation, you're elite perimeter defenders who can be in 6 places at once, who can guard multiple players within the span of one possession, within the span of a second. And, he got left open and exposed and hung out to dry a number of times. But when you think about that player at that age, Dave, you were talking about his reliability, his availability. He played 26 games after coming over from Orlando in that trade, the back half of that season. So that's basically the bulk of the games post-trade deadline, right? 26.
Right.
Then he played 73. Then he played 82. Then he played 76. Then he played 73. He played 48 of the Bulls' 50 before getting traded.
Wow.
And he had to be like held out for 2 rest games this year.
Yeah.
Impressive, man.
The dude was just always there.
And he was so adaptable. Like the fact that he was able to change styles throughout different eras, I think speaks volumes to his just basketball abilities. Like he can do it in multiple different ways.
No, that's a brilliant point because they had a whole different kind of style before they switched over to this super transition run style. And I remember those were questions for sure. Like, man, can Vooch keep up with this kind of style? Is he adaptable to this kind of thing? Yes, was the answer.
For all of these soft tissue
Overwhelmingly,
injuries
yes.
that the Bulls are dealing with, that the league at large is dealing with,
Correct.
all of the calf strains, all of the hamstring pulls, and all of these younger teammates of Vooch, and he's just out there every night like, yeah, let's go, let's run.
Let's do it.
It's remarkable.
Got my suction cups on my shoulders.
Oh.
Let's did it in, baby.
All them cups.
Get it, baby.
Shout out to Vooch. Best of luck.
Yeah, seriously.
but I think
Go get that
all Bulls
championship,
fans
man.
can kind of collectively breathe a sigh of relief to just know that yet another piece of the past generation, the core that couldn't quite get it together, has moved on, and the team is signaling that they are moving on. Before we get out of here, we had one last super chat wanted to shout out. Juan Guzman in the chat, $5 super chat, appreciate you, saying, if we can't get Giannis now, could we, in the offseason, trade for Nikola Jokic or Jason Tatum? #
Sure.
go big. Juan, buddy, if you're gonna take drugs in school, bring enough for the rest of the class. Because I don't know what you're taking to suggest that.
But I want some.
I would like some.
Because that is an awesome suggestion.
Drop it on my tongue.
Yeah, man.
Because what are you talking
That
about?
is an awesome suggestion. I hope it happens.
You miss
Juan Guzman.
100% of the shots you don't take.
I'm
so
saying, baby.
I'm with one.
Keep shooting, Juan.
This is
They will say no, but that's why.
It's all right.
But that's life. You
That's
try.
life. That's life.
that's what all the people say, Joe. What?
Yeah. It's all right.
What?
It's all right.
Okay.
Appreciate you, Juan.
Shout out also to Brett, who just joined MVP level of our CHGO Sports
Hey,
YouTube channel. Way to
shout
go. Y'all should do that too.
and
Bonus
since-
coverage, bonus content.
I want to say this since all the people are here.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what, guys? We're going to have some watch parties coming up real soon. We'll fill you in as we go on these things. But since all of y'all in here, just wanted to let y'all know these
As
things.
soon as a week from tomorrow?
Yeah.
At a certain
On
location downtown?
the way. On
Perhaps-
the way.
Perhaps some beers, perhaps some wings?
Yeah, perhaps some other thing. But it will be here. Yeah, we will get into it for sure. So stay tuned to us, man. We would love to see you all out there. It will be definitely free event to the public. You all come on out, hang out, and watch the game with us, man. So just want to fill y'all in on that. We'll give you more details as it gets closer.
Absolutely. And also shout out to our guy Paul at the buzzer who said, Matt's accused me of taking Sunnyside products before. It's a badge of honor. It sure is, Paul. Bless your heart. Bless the hearts of the let's go for Jokic and Tatum idea. All right, we'll get out of here for tonight. Thank you for joining us. As of right now, the plan tomorrow is a live pod from 4:30 to 5:30 Central, our usual off-day pod time slot. However, if some Bulls news breaks before that, we will hop on and do an emergency pod as we did today, and that'll be our show for the day. So depending on how tomorrow unfolds, we will either see you at 4:30 as planned, or who knows, we might see you before that. But at the latest, we will see y'all at 4:30. In the meantime, read GOAT stuff, allchgo.com.
It's good.
Sign up to become a diehard and do so with promo code GOAT when you sign up to take advantage of all that great stuff that is for diehards only at allchgo.com. Follow me, Will _Gottlieb. Big Day Bow! BWL Sports. I'm Bulls _Peck. We are CHGO _Bulls. Shout out to our guy, King of the Controls, the one and only Joey C.
Joey
of
C.
CHGO Cubs fame. Follow him too at Joey Sports Guy. Have a great night, Bulls Nation. Let's see what else happens between now and Thursday. We'll talk to you very soon.
Yes.
See you, Red. Be good.
Shout out Vooch, man. Appreciate you.
Hey.
Love y'all. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.